Are we?
Well, I guess it's. Good morning. It's Monday morning. It's Merle and Patti. Monday morning with Merle and Patti, where we do talk all things relationships. Yes, we want to tag me.
Yes.
Yay.
Yeah.
We didn't see the little red light. It was not our fault this time. We didn't see the little light saying you are live. Hope everybody had a good weekend and a good week. We did. We had our singles class yesterday.
Yes, it was excellent. Actually.
Our singles class for women, and it was really fun. But today is relationships.
Today is longer better. Now, and that's supposed to be really hilariously funny.
Ha! Is longer better, you tell us. No. But what does that really mean, Merle?
It really means should you put off getting married for a longer period of time? Should you live together for a longer period of time? That's kind of what it means.
Should you put off moving together or getting married?
Yes.
Or one or the other?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. That's what we're talking about.
That's what we're talking about. Is longer better?
Okay.
My husband and I think that's for just coming from my experience. My husband and I, we waited like 5 years. No, we didn't. We waited a couple of years before we moved in together, and we waited 5 or 6 years before we got married. Just because both of us were a little gun shy due to previous relationships and marriages. So the move in was the first brave step for both of us. So, and then I wasn't worried. I know some people, we might talk about that, worry if you move in with them, then they won't marry you. Didn't happen in my case. What's your thoughts?
So my experience is that I don't think we dated a year.
Really?
And I said, Nathan, it's time to make a decision. And he said, I made a decision. It's going so well. I just want to keep it this way.
It's perfect.
And I said, oh, but that's not an option, honey. It's
good.
Either, I said, poop or get off the pot. And I gave him a deadline. And then I gave him another deadline. But I meant the second one. And I said, honey, I'll cry for a year if you say no. But then the year will be up and I'll be looking. Which is kind of true. That's what happens.
That is true.
I mean, you mourn and then you move on.
See, I think that's really brave of you. I think a lot of women who really, really want to get married or move in or whatever the commitment, their choice is,
right.
They want it so bad, but they're afraid to say it.
Yes.
They're afraid that will scare them away. But then honestly, if that's what you want and that's what will scare them away, you ought to know that.
I don't have time to waste because so I can wait 5 years and then he's still, no, I'm not quite ready. Well, yeah. On the other hand, so I had family visit, what was it, Saturday? It was Saturday. And my great niece, Nikki, is 25. She's 25 and she's already together with the same man for 9 years. So, what exactly?
Wow.
Yeah. And she has never dated another person. I don't think either of them have.
Wow.
But they have, and of course, because I'm very subtle, I said, so when are you getting married? I mean, they're living together now. But they've actually talked about it. And that's the thing. For me, I couldn't hang around that long. But for them, I think it works. They're a really nice couple. They're good to each other. They care about each other, and they plan. So they seem compatible, and their goals. What we talked about in class yesterday is, well, what is your vision of what you want? And so they've talked about it, and even the kinds of personality, and one is more ambitious career-wise in the other, and how that works out with having children and all those kinds. So there are things that they've thought about and talked about, and it doesn't matter what their answer is as long as it's their answer. And
Right.
so although I have a prejudice toward less time together before you make a decision, it maybe the answer is that you've talked it out.
Yeah.
And that you have an agreement with it. And the other thing that you said, which is that you're not afraid to say what you want. And it can't be, it can be a whining. I really want to get married.
Right.
And then, but nobody takes that seriously. That's just talking. You have to say, this is a goal of mine. This is what I'm planning on. I want it to be with you.
Right.
And then, how
that works out, yeah.
It doesn't matter as long as it's straightforward and the communication is good.
Right. And do some extra thinking. If you really are afraid to talk about things that are important to you with your significant other, maybe your relationship isn't as deep yet as it needs to be, or if there's fear in just talking. So, and again, sadly, that's true in a lot of relationships. And one thing, what she was saying, again, I want to get married. Nobody's going to listen to that. And also, nobody's going to listen to finger points. You should marry me. You should do this. You don't do whatever. You should, because that's acquisition. That's a judgment call. You just like what she said. I need to be married. And then you can live into it or not. Be that person. That's exactly what you did. My path, my future, what I'm creating for myself is I want to be married or I want to live together, whichever your choice is in the moment.
Right.
And then they can get up to it or not.
Right. I didn't even realize that when we say take a picture, in your head of how you envision your life, I really did that.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
That's good.
Okay.
So, do you guys have any stories there? I know some of you are watching about living together, not living together, waiting, jumping in been good, jumping in been bad. Nothing. Okay.
You know why? Because they're all reflecting on what their situation is.
And what they want.
Yeah.
So every situation is completely different. Our truth may not be her truth, may not be your truth, but figure out your truth. That's the important one.
Okay. So I think our conclusion is that you have to have a reasonably clear view of what it is you want in your life, how you want to live your life. And then next is who you want to live it with, and then share that. And if it works, it works. And if it doesn't, hey, there is a death of the relationship. You will mourn it. It is sad. Any loss you have, if it's a flower pot that you've lost, it's a loss. But you recover from that stuff and you move on.
Yeah, no matter what you do, you move on. We are resilient beings, us humans. So it is what you make it, and that's it.
Yeah, I think that's it.
If you like us, tell your friends and come back next week, Monday morning at 11 a.m. Pacific time, 2 p.m. Eastern, and whatever is in the middle. You can't friend me on regular Facebook, but you can follow me, and you can like me on Patti Negri Psychic Medium, pattinegri.com. Sign up for my newsletter. I send fun, magical things, and I don't try to sell anything. And Merle,
I try to sell something, Cracking the Relationship Code. It's a fabulous book. I have to tell you, I just reread it last week, and I said, "Oh, I like this."
It's a good book. I read it too. And next week, my book. I've got the test copies of my book. So next week, I will be pitching too. Hopefully next week or within the next couple weeks.
Yes.
But we thank you for tuning in.
Yes.
We love you guys. Bye.
Bye.